We got the official confirmation from Old Dominion University around 11:37, but prior to that, we had also received notification. So when you talk about the response time to both of your points, this response was very quick. It appeared from our local law enforcement there. Okay, right now we have Madison Schlegel, who is ready for us there, right on campus. Madison, what's the latest and what you've learned?
Hey Eugene, yeah, as you can see behind us, we're right now on Hampton Boulevard and 45th Street. You just saw a couple cop cars that were leaving the scene here. But actually, I want to do this for a moment. So this is Hampton Boulevard. You can see there's one bus, but I want to take you out onto the street. We can do this right now because they've got this road blocked off to traffic. Connor, do you mind just coming right here? And I want to point you this way to where they've got other side of the cop car, Connor. Yep, right over here. Yep, there you go. Okay, so I want to point you that way, and that's where they've got traffic stopped right now. So if you are driving into this area, as you can see, you're going to be sitting in that traffic for a moment. Now, police have given us the clearance to be here to kind of show you these conditions. You saw Layla was a little bit closer down there towards 49th, towards Constant Hall, but we're here towards the outskirts of that, where they're turning people away from the area. So again, we've seen those police officers here stopping cars and telling people that they need to turn around, as we've seen extra police officers drive straight down this empty street and right down to where they seem to be investigating down where you saw Layla. So again, right now, what we're seeing is just the mass exodus of students. As we've been told, ODU classes are going to be canceled for the rest of the day today. So we've just seen those students leaving buildings. As we've told you, we've spoke to a couple of those students today too, who said they saw a little bit of the scuffle of what happened. Another student said that they heard a bang inside of the building at what felt like was a loud noise, and then just footprints and stampedings of students leaving that building. So again, the police didn't tell those students anything as they were leaving, but that they needed to be safe. We heard that an ODU faculty member was inside of the building at Constant Hall, grabbing students, hiding them inside of their office and barricading themselves to make sure that they were safe. And like you've said, I think empathy is a big word here too. I think what we're hearing and especially experiencing from these young people is that they want people to understand that they're humans first, that this takes an emotional toll in what they're experiencing. Yes, we have people who might be injured and in the hospital right now, but for a large majority, most of the people in that building were able to say that they were safe after this incident. But again, right now, what we've heard from students is that they're just putting their arms around each other this afternoon in order to be a little closer and just think about the true gravity of what happened on campus today. But in the meantime, traffic along this road here at Hampton Boulevard is going to be closed as those officers wrap up whatever investigations they've got going on for today. Live at ODU's campus, Madison Schlegel, 13 News Now.
Okay, Madison, thank you for that. As you can see, that area completely blocked off for people who are wanting to drive through it. But we did just get this information from the campus of Old Dominion University that they have sent out an all-clear notification saying that the emergency at Constant Hall has ended. There is no longer an active threat to the campus community. They're still asking people to avoid that area that is in and around Constant Hall. Again, that is basically Hampton Boulevard. You make that left if you're going up towards like where the naval base is, right? And off of 49th Street. Okay, that's what we're thinking of at this moment where Constant Hall is currently located. They want people to avoid that area. Mind you, if you're trying to get through that thoroughway there of Hampton Boulevard, you're not going to be able to. So you might as well just go around if you have to travel anywhere that would typically take you through. But the news that we're just getting in from ODU officials is that they have put out the all clear. The emergency has ended, no longer an active threat to the campus community. If you're just now joining us, we can kind of bring you up to speed on how we got to this point. Officials say that just before 10:50 this morning is when a gunman opened fire inside of Constant Hall. That is where the School of Business at Old Dominion University is housed. We've heard from multiple students now who were inside of that building one saying that she heard gunshots, two others saying they didn't hear gunshots, but they heard people running, and then they saw people running, and then they heard a fire alarm that went off inside that building, and they all ran. The school, upon getting the report of this threat, put out an alert to the ODU campus telling people to run, hide, and fight, putting into those protocols effective immediately. Again, this was around 10:50 when we first kind of got this notification after it happened, and we now know that that gunman is dead. Police saying that they were neutralized, but 2 people are hurt and were sent to a hospital.